Hello everyone, welcome back for another video in the Witchy wedding planning. So today we are talking about picking your rings. Now for this video I decided to go with kind of more traditional things. Obviously with like shops like Etsy and local shops you can find a lot more stones, and so I'm not going to talk about every single rock you could choose to put as your stone if you choose to do a stoned ring. Some people just want a plain band, that's fine, because this is something you are going to be wearing for a very long time hopefully. And so for a lot of people, it's just kind of traditional. You just go, you pick a band and a diamond, and that's it, end of story. But as witches, we have a lot more options. Some people choose different ones. They like amethyst or ruby or whatever because it's like their favorite stone. But if you want to throw a little magical intent, here are just some of the more kind of related to wedding ones that I could find. I didn't necessarily go with just love, because sometimes you're like trying to just attract love, and at this point you have your person, you don't really need to attract it in. You're kind of more focused on the marriage part of it. So what better place to begin than with a diamond? And the information I got was from Scott Cunningham's book, The Encyclopedia of Crystal, Gem, and Metal Magic. That book is a constant for so many witches and so many writers as the reference point, so I'm just going with it. So to start off, the diamond is a projective energy. It's great for protection and courage, healing, and self-confidence. It's also good to promote fidelity and also to reconcile quarreling lovers. And then I'm going to read this quote because I feel like it's important to know. Today it is of course the most popular wedding ring stone, due in part to aggressive advertising, but other stones are perhaps more appropriate. Which I thought was super interesting because seriously, we all think diamond wedding. That's right there. Love, marriage, all of that. You'd think of a wedding. So it was kind of interesting to have Scott immediately be like, but no. So next we have Sapphire, and of course you could go into deeper correspondences of like the different shades. So for my fiance, he picked a blue sapphire, I picked a white sapphire. And if you want the look of a diamond, but you don't want to have to pay for a diamond, this is a really great stone. It looks the same, and it is so much cheaper. So the energies of sapphire. Oh, also I should mention, I don't know how real of a gem they are, but at least the place we got my ring, they have like the freaking rainbow, I swear, of different colors of sapphire. So do keep that in mind. It is a receptive energy. It promotes love and peace. It's also good for healing, and it's also the guardian of love, and it also promotes fidelity and attunes the feelings between lovers. Then we have the pearl. I feel like this was more common in older generations. I just haven't seen like a pearl ring or even pearl jewelry really a popular thing anymore. I remember like my grandparents' age, it was really popular, like you had pearl. And so a lot of older people tend to have pearl. I really haven't noticed it too much with younger people, but we're gonna include it. It's also a receptive energy. It promotes love. It is worn or carried to spread loving vibrations. It's for good luck and good fortune, things you're gonna want in a marriage. I don't know how easily available this one is, but he said that like it was in like the marriage section. So take that for what it is. You have Sardonyx, probably mispronouncing it. It's projective energy, good for marital happiness, and good relations between lovers or married couples. And then the last stone is one I wouldn't have really thought much of for a wedding, though I have seen a number of people have that as their gemstone for their rings, especially for men. Just in my own experience, like there's not a book or a research or anything related, like I've just noticed it in my life and the people that I've known, so this is kind of cool. And that is turquoise. So it's a receptive energy, promotes love and friendship. It's also good for love magic. It promotes marital harmony, ensuring the two people involved blend with each other. Probably would be really great if you haven't lived together up until this point. And this I thought was really cool. If love fades in the stone's recipient, the stone's color will fade as well. So those are just a few of the stones you could choose from. Obviously there are a bunch out there. And there are so many wonderful shops out there that have so many options. This was just, again, the ones that were like specifically listed for marriage. And so you could obviously find ones. I considered doing moonstone for a while. Also thought about doing like a smoky quartz, but inevitably I picked white sapphire. And I would love to hear what stone you picked for yours and why. But the other part of this is also picking your band. So typically there are 3 major metals that are used for your wedding bands. The most common is gold and also silver gold. So they basically paint gold. And so you have a gold band, but they paint it to look silver. It's really weird. It's white gold. So magically, I don't know how you would want to look at that, if you look at it more from like how your eye perceives the color, or if you would go with the components of what it actually is. So for right now, we'll just talk about gold in general. It's a projective energy. It's great for protection and wisdom, also for success. It increases your personal power. It promotes courage, confidence, and willpower. And lastly, it ensures a long life. There really wasn't much actually talked about it being like marriage related. And I thought that was really weird because like, that's like the most common metal to use for your band. So that was fun. Then we have silver. It's receptive. It's for love and attracting love. It is the metal of emotions. It's also the metal for love and healing. And then lastly, he just had it listed as steel, but I'm gonna include it as the stainless steel because he didn't have any mention of like a differentiation between the two. I think it's just how they finish it in the end. So typically really cheap rings are stainless steel. I'm pretty sure that's what this one is. Like, we've got a number of pieces that are stainless steel that we're using. His jewelry that we're using in the wedding is stainless steel. So a lot of cheaper bands are also made out of stainless steel. So we're including that as like one of the metal options you could do. It's a projective energy. And then he didn't have a lot. He was just like, no great history in magic. Fair enough. It's good to guard against negativity, and it blocks negative impulses from disturbing you. Of course, there are a few other ones that you can do. I think there's like the, what is it, like tongue skin or something? It's weird. Rings that are supposed to be more impact resistant, which is like a lot of men tend to, or I shouldn't say men, but people who are in very intense environments that are really hard on their hands. It's a more durable ring than the other ones, supposedly. It's also usually cheaper. And then you will also find a variety of just random metals that people will use online. And then of course, if you wanted to be extra fancy, you could probably get it tattooed if you wanted. I can't speak for that one because the odds of me getting a tattoo are super slim with my health issues. So that is it for picking a stone and a wedding band. I hope this gave you some ideas to at least consider. If you did get married or you at least have your engagement ring, I would love to hear what stone and metal you picked or was picked for you and what the magical correspondences are for you. I really only used Cunningham's books, so I'm sure there's other ones out there. Just feel like he's like the main reference point for that kind of stuff, so I just used it. Of course, do make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I post every single day. And don't forget to support me on Patreon. It is linked right here. Thank you so much for watching, and blessed be.